You only get one chance to make a first impression. There are no do-overs. What are you going to do about that? Good morning, everybody. Today, Ruby and myself are talking about the implications of understanding not only who your ideal clients are, which, if you sat down and thought about it, pretty easy to do. Like, who are the ones for whom we have the most value, the easiest connection, the best opportunity to have a deeper discussion / prospective client opportunity. You can do that. I would suggest if you sat down and thought about it hard enough, anybody in any business can do that. The challenge is, once we get past that ideal client profile, how do we want to approach them? And so you only get one chance to make a first impression. What is that first impression going to be? Irrespective of channel, what do you need them to see from you? And if it is going to be something where you're marketing to them, what truly does your ideal client need to see from you? How does that message make that connection to them, whatever that's going to be? And my suggestion is, way too many companies just phone that in. We'll just throw an offer out there. We'll just do something very generic. That's really not value add. And it's not helpful. It's wasteful. You only get one chance to make a first impression. So what are we going to do? On the flip side of the coin, if we're going to go outbound to them, what is the first thing they're going to hear from us? On what channel they're going to hear that? If we're going to go talk to them, what is that experience going to be like? You only get one chance to make a first impression. And for some, the issue becomes timing. So it's not that we don't know who our customers are. It's when are they and where are they in the journey to buy something. Remembering that only about 3% of our market is in market to buy anything at any given time. So if we're going to make a first impression, what is that going to be? So thinking very specifically for our purposes, we're not going to know at a high level or even at a detailed level who's actually in market. So we have to treat everyone with the same tender care when it comes to understanding where they are in their market space. And if you can get to a point of understanding where that person is in their buying cycle, Chris Walker seems to talk about signals. What signals are they giving you? And so I would suggest that if you're going to spend time and effort on determining your ideal client and you're trying to figure out that first impression, well, the timing piece really matters. So if they're not in market, that message needs to be different if they are in market. And so it's really hard for a lot of companies to decide where this fits for them. So my suggestion today, Ruby agrees, start looking at what they're doing. If they're coming to you, that's a whole different conversation if you're going to them. So if you're going to them, how do we make sure that that first impression is the best one? Are we going to brute force our way through the door, which is how some companies operate? Are we going to be subtle and consultative? Again, depends on the person, depends on the approach, depends on the channel. We want to get this right because, again, we only get one chance to make a first impression. And if I am a rep and I am burning bridges with every poor introduction that I make, yes, in a world of almost 8 billion people, maybe that feels like an unlimited pool. It is not. So how do we make sure that we're not doing things that our customers don't want to see from us? And so again, in a world where we only get one chance to make a first impression, what does that look like? How does that impart a real value onto your prospective customer, especially if they're your ideal customer? All right, think about that. This is not a lightly gloss over conversation. This is about how do we approach our market in a way that our market says, this is good, we're interested, we're going to continue a conversation. So whether that's your marketing, your brand, your sales teams, what do we want those folks to walk away from a first interaction with us? What do they need to know about that? How do we need to make them feel as part of that? All right, enough for today. Know your customer. Try to figure out the timing, but make that first impression as smooth and as frictionless as possible. All right, enough for today. Walking and talking with Ruby.